Hello and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker with me, Barden. Right, so she gave us something to do. Let's check our journal. Be a good idea. Or Lindsay's journal, as it were. Okay, coin for a dead man's eyes. So it's probably one of those special coins that we've been selling, maybe, that he needs, I guess. Lost child. What kind of parents would let their child roam around woods? La 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 la. Why would Tina accuse the old lady? We have to talk to her. Okay, so we have to go talk to the mother again about that. Okay, maybe that troll layer is the thing we need to do, though. So a few more things to find a bed place. Let's see. Can we actually go? Yeah, she doesn't mind. Thanks, lady. Wow. Very glad she doesn't mind. I'll take that too.
It is done.
Now, the other stuff is somewhere in this direction. So there's one thing. Oh, I think she couldn't open these. That's right. Let's go and check anyway. Yeah, locked. Okay.
No.
So, were we able to exit the map here? Because if we could, it'd be great. Yes, we can. Okay. One, the burning arc. I should probably take that. Leave. You were open covered and not on a random encounter map you can drop. Yeah, we know that. Ever Sandway's loyal servant Tristine arrived in the Stolen Lands with a difficult task to learn why all manner of curses seem to flourish in here. Or flourish here, should be really. Okay. So I guess we're going to go to the troll clearing. Hoping it's going to be the way. Yeah, looks like this way. We've got Monster Den as well.
May we have a moment of respite?
Yep, a second.
Resting would be nice,
So we're
don't
gonna
you think?
camp. Oh, we got attacked. Nice. Okay. Kill whatever it is. Probably going to be trolls since we're on like the troll clearing or whatever. Oh, it's not. It's a bunch of bandit people. Okay. So, let's see. We got a bandit, another bandit, got a bandit cleric, and a ranged bandit. Right, so you attack there. You're gonna go get the range person. You're gonna go take them, tear them apart, as it were, yeah. And then you guys are going to help here.
Serves you
Okay,
right.
go. She just ran up and killed them. I love it. Oh, she's just so violent. It's great. Okay, thank you for all that stuff. Yeah. We'll try camping again. Okay, begin resting. I thought they were going to have a little bit of interaction. I like the little interactions that happen around the campfire. Okay, so we're done. So we come down here and exit. I'm going to go to visit the trolls. The small glade shows signs of brutal troll feast. It was littered with gnawed bones, the ground was furrowed with marks from huge feet, the trees held gouges from sharp claws, and the branches had been adorned with the skulls of humans and animals, both old and new. Unfortunately, the trolls' tracks vanished outside the glade, but we could tell that the trolls used this place often. Having prepared our ambush, we waited. The trolls are really taking their time. The sun rose higher and higher, but we heard nothing from the woods. The birdsong and the buzzing of insects. The fruitless waiting began to tire us out. We continued waiting. As the sun set, the glade was still empty. Darkness spread across the scraps of the trolls' feast, and the grass began to fill with the dim lights of firelight. We continued waiting. Ambushes take time. We continued waiting in the hope that the trolls would show themselves eventually. It was late at night. We listened to the sounds of the forest, waiting to hear the roar of a troll at any moment. Instead, all we heard was the hooting of owls. Our muscles grew numb, and our eyelids grew heavy. We continued waiting. With little hope remaining, we decided to give the trolls one more chance to show up. The sky began to lighten. The hooting owls gave way to twittering morning birds. We rubbed our eyes, and we looked around the glade yet again. Suddenly, a loud cracking sound came from the bushes. Alert now, we reached for our weapons. But instead of trolls, what we saw jump into the glade was a huge deer. Failed the lure nature check. Arrows buzzed through the air, but none hit the target. The animal disappeared behind the trees immediately. After all that waiting, we clearly weren't in top form. Perhaps it was best that it hadn't been the trolls after all. Okay, so I guess we need to camp. And we're going to go to the monster den, I guess. Oh, is this new? I never noticed before that people showed on the map when we were in camp. So we try it again, or do we just keep going? I think we just go over to the monster glade. See what's going on over here. Monster den. Just got back from Hawaii yesterday. It was a bit of a weird holiday actually, because the first 2 days I didn't really enjoy, and my wife didn't really either. And a lot of that was because so we went with her mother, and her sister lives there, and basically the first 2 days all we did was Japanese things. So if you don't know, I live in Japan. Onwards. So it was like we never left here. But then on the third day, myself and my wife had a bit of discussion, because she wasn't, oh god, she wasn't happy either. Oh my god. Yeah, so she kind of looked like this ancient wyvern, very kind of angry and stuff. But what I was going to say was, we had a bit of a discussion. We decided, listen, from now on, we'll do our thing and they'll do their thing. And then we ate some local food.
Can you make an epic pose? I need
Sure.
inspiration.
But we ate some local food. We did some more kind of locally kind of stuff. We went for more walks. We used a swimming pool at the hotel. Just kind of a bit more relaxing kind of thing rather than the kind of frenetic way that we were the first couple of days. And the first couple of days, like we ate sushi was our first meal. Then we went to a coffee place that was run like a coffee company. Like, so you went in and you had kind of a store. Like, was that in the middle of well, not really the middle of nowhere, but like it was a far drive away. But that was Japanese owned. Then we went to a shrimp truck place that was Japanese owned as well. That was made like for Japanese taste. So like we got the spicy one, and it wasn't spicy at all because Japanese people don't really like spice that much. But the second 2 days kind of made up for it. We had a much better time then. And also, I've been to Hawaii a lot, well into double figures at this stage, being there. So, like, and it's all been on Oahu as well. So, myself and my wife talked about like if we go again, then we would like to go to the Big Island or Maui or somewhere like so. But my wife's sister and I don't think we can loot the half her body.
March on.
That horse could have been handy when we were trying to help that guy out of the. Can we actually go into the cave? I can't see. There doesn't seem to be a.
I am yours.
That's
to
nice.
command. No stopping now.
But yeah, overall, we had a good time. It was just the first couple of days were just a little bit frustrating for us. But now this is my first time recording since I got back. Okay, we take that. Thank you. Nice sweet syrup.
It is done.
But my dad, when he was alive, he was kind of similar to
May we have
Yes,
a
you
moment
can
of
definitely
respite?
he was similar to that. Anytime himself and my mother went away, he'd have to like he wouldn't try like local stuff. So my mother would have to find a place that would prepare something similar to Irish food and somewhere where they could buy tea and stuff like that. So I kind of understand that kind of way, but for me, when I go traveling, I always kind of like to try to explore local areas and that kind of thing, and well, we'll continue that later because I have to see what's going on here. So we saw something that probably no one else has ever seen before. Beside the blazing campfire stood a kobold who had wrapped himself in a worn-out elven robe. On the far side of the clearing, 3 enormous trolls shuffled their feet. Hesitating, the kobold stretched out his callous paws and with immense gravity hissed and mumbled incomprehensibly. We could barely even guess at what this all meant. Okay. Plus 11. Yeah. We carefully snuck closer. Hiding behind the elm trees, we crept close enough to hear the mysterious kobold's mumbling. +4, +10, +3. Okay, so that's +4. But this is, we get a +10, which is 6 better than that one, but the DC is only 7, or is only 5 more, so I think it would actually be easier to hit this one. So I think in terms of, that'd be the hardest, that's in the middle, and then this should be the easiest. We have to roll a 7 to get that. We'd have to roll an 8 to get that. Okay, so let's try this. Succeeded at a perception check. It seemed like the kobold was shaming the trolls for cowardice. Hissing and grunting, he repeated Hargulka several times, causing the trolls to tuck their heads and slouch a little deeper each time. It must have been the name of a very important troll, a chieftain, a pack leader, someone they regarded as an authority. Whatever the cause, the kobold's words hit their target. One of the trolls, the tallest and mightiest, stood straight and stepped forward. His enormous claw involuntarily scratched at his bloodied shoulder, which held a burned-in pack. The other troll's shoulders looked to have the same pattern, as though they'd all been branded. The kobold stretched his arms towards the troll, his sleeves still on fire. Flames! 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 The kobold hissed menacingly in common. Flames! 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 The trolls replied in their own tongue. The brave troll stepped closer to the campfire. Okay, let's see. +5 or +3, so strength is going to be better for us. I took the chance and tried pushing the brave troll into the fire. Success! Bam! The huge troll fell right into the flames, jumping out immediately and running out of the glade with screams of pain and terror. The two who remained just blinked and looked around confused. Kobold, however, was ready for battle. Calm and collected, he was already hissing the magical words of his incomprehensible spells, preparing to bring their power to bear against us. Okay, so have ourselves a fight. Right, so he needs to die. Okay, so use this. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. You two are going to attack this dude. You three are going to move back a bit. You're going to move over there. Okay, then you're going to go for the kobold. You three are going to help them against whichever one. Yeah, this one.
What a waste!
Okay, good job, guys. Let's see. Let's see if we can use that one here. Oh no, he's already done it. Huh?
This spell's purpose is different.
That's fine. Right, so
And Lindsay was called.
she was indeed. Why don't you try heal her? Please.
Yes.
Okay, and then see what's there. And let's check what these guys have. There's also something there to check. Oh, we got cloak, could be good. Got a wand of bless, okay. And some hide armor. And check what's in here. Oh, you can see the markings on them there. It's like almost like a hammer or something. Or a pickaxe maybe. Okay, quickly check the map. Doesn't look like we're leaving anything behind. Okay, let's check out the cloak though. So, it's probably, no it's not, it's going to be this, isn't it? Accessories. Okay, cloak of resistance +2, so that's already an upgrade for her. How about other people? This cloak grants her +2 enchantment bonus to natural armor and plus. Okay, so she's a better one. +1 resistant bonus on, +3 resistant. Okay, so your one's at least better for poison. Okay, so I think you should get that. And then I think you should try using that on her. You wouldn't mind? No? Okay, come on over here. For whatever reason it's not working. That is the one you've used before, isn't it?
This spell's purpose is different. This spell's purpose is different.
Treat afflicted. One friendly feature within standard to treat afflicted means 10 to single disease or poison character. Okay. So for whatever reason, oh, she's already got it on. Okay. Let's grab everyone. Move yourselves off the map down here. Wherever the off the mapness is. I'm not seeing it over there. Okay. So maybe it's up this way. Where did we find the other troll? I guess not. That was quickly answered. Let's check.
Follow me.
Yeah, 'cause sometimes we can get some nice herbs. Right, now let's get ourselves off the map. It might be an idea to take Octavia out again sometime, because she does possess the ability to open locks as well, and it might be an idea just to get her to try open locks that we haven't succeeded with. Okay, let's try the Troll Wilderness. It kind of looks like it could be a tower or a fort or something, so okay, so this definitely has moved on things for us, which is good.
No stopping now.
Oh, hi there. Hail, Borba. The troll that stands before you looks different from his kin. His pelt is cleaner. His stench is almost bearable, unlike the other trolls. Noticing you, he turns and slowly steps towards you. Interesting. Hail, Borba. The troll's voice is rough and gravelly. Welcome to Trobold. Oh, these guys may be actually not necessarily friendly, but not aggressive either. He grins widely, revealing a row of long, rotten and chipped teeth, but there's no menace in it. Who are you? Jazon. The troll pounds his chest, making a hollow thud. I had a different name before. Now Jazon. Like Borba. He thrusts out his chest, and a dribble of drool from his mouth promptly lands there. Me talk like Borba. Wash myself like Borba. No eat Borba. Me is like Borba myself. Trobold? Our capital, the troll exclaims, waving his hands towards the rock. Kingdom of both troll and kobold. We live there now, in peace with Borba, our land. Your comment is impressive. Yes, the troll agrees. Tartuk speak like that. taught me Borba language. I told I am smart. The troll proceeds to scratch his armpit, then sniff his fingers. What do you mean, Borba? You are Borba. The troll hesitates. Human, elf, dwarf, all Borba. Alright, what do you want from me? The troll makes a strange growl. You're about to draw your weapons when it becomes evident that he was simply clearing his throat. I meet Borba and tell them, King Hargulka and King Tartuk asked that Borba stay away from Trobold. It's filthy, not pretty, and dangerous. We invite Borba later, when King allow. Of course, lawful. Okay. Lawful evil, no, neutral good. Okay. We just want to look around here. We're not here to fight. Now, tell me about Trobold. First city, for both Troll and Kobold, will be kingdom. Troll and Kobold and Borba will do friendship. Troll no eat Borba anymore, and Borba no kill Troll, and Kobold anymore. Peace! Bitter smile appears on Harm's face. A proud citadel of dwarves, turned into a lair for trolls and kobolds. Would it be possible to humiliate Torhag any further? Who is Hargulka? King over all trolls, strong, smart, kind. The troll stutters slightly and pauses for a moment. Made all trolls together. Made kingdom, like Borba. Who's Tartuk? King over all kobolds, strong, smart, kind. The troll chews on his tongue momentarily. Fire killed trolls before. Tartuk protects trolls from fire. So now, trolls forever love Tartuk and his kobold. How does Tartuk protect trolls from fire? Jazon's eyes widen and he shifts back a bit. Drabakurga. Iron red and hot heat. Trolls scream and scream and scream. Gardunga Yoga Borba pain. He flails his hands in the air. Then quiet. No more pain. Fire no danger anymore. Troll no die from fire. No more. You understand, Borba? Troll no more die at all. Fire is no death. Steel is no death. Tartuk made Troll immortal. What else can you tell us about Trobold? Many Troll, many Kobold live together. Learn Borba speech. Paint walls. Tartuk protects Trolls from fire. Jazon's lips move silently, and he looks into the distance for a moment. Plenty food too. Plenty loot. Troll and Kobold share. Jazon looks you in the eyes. Many trolls wild. Eat Borba. They will stop soon. Peace will be. So trolls aren't eating people anymore? Me no eat Borba no more, Jazon claims proudly. King Hargulka and King Tartuk order so. Other trolls still eat Borba. They wild and dumb. Soon they stop. So what do you eat now? Horse, cow, dog. Jazon scratches his belly. Dead Borba too, sometimes. Long dead, before Hargulka's order. No need to waste food. So you still eat human flesh? The troll stares at you for a moment. Me eat, he confesses, slumping a little. But me no kill Borba. Never again kill Borba. Are you sure you won't change your mind as soon as you run out of people in your larder? You might get hungry again. The troll's eyes flash. Borba no get it. Borba no food. Hargulka said so. Borba tried to get me angry on purpose. Jazon's words become a growl. Then he calms himself. Boba, friend. He nods, then goes silent. Alright, you don't eat people anymore, but how can you be so sure about the rest of your kin? Dumb Boba. Don't listen. Jazzon snarls. Troll no eat Boba. Boba friend. Jazzon stomps his feet loudly and works his jaw, spraying you with stinky, sticky saliva. Okay, plus 12 for this. Hey, calm down. It was just a question. Trolls are friends with Boba now. Succeeded, nice. For several moments, Jazzon inhales and exhales loudly, his eyes bulging madly, but he then seems to regain control over himself. Boba and Troll friends. He nods, then turns away. That's enough about food. Tell me more about Trobold. Apparently, I've heard enough about Trobold. Let's go with this one. We just want to look around here. We're not here to fight. Amelia looks at you with confusion. What? What do you mean we're not here to fight? Amelia bites her lips. With respect, I must warn you. That was an inconsiderate statement. Our duty is to our people, not these beasts. Jazzon scratches the back of his head, making a loud cracking sound. Boba better not go. Trolls still wild and dumb. Much danger. Jazzon sighs, a sound you've never heard from a troll, and stomps away. Okay. Trolls and kobold are wild creatures. Okay. So let's see exactly what it says in the journal. Troll trouble. Okay. We located the troll lair. Now we're ready to destroy this bed of evil once and for all, to root them out mercilessly with our might. When an explorer, we found a dwarven outpost. Maybe it would be a nice idea to bring Jubilus here. The sight might lift his spirit. Okay.
Onwards.
Let's go a little further. I don't want to go too far though. I don't want to set off any fights that we can't take back. Okay. Right, so what we should do, I think, is now we found a lair. Actually, let me check the map to see. No, there's nothing that we can pick up just at the moment. So let's instead make our way down here. Although that looks like somewhere where we probably find something. Like around this log, maybe we might find something interesting. So I think we should quickly check around here.
March on.
Oh, apparently we can't check around there. There's an invisible wall. So we need to head on back towards the capital. We also need to tell the trader guy. We need to tell him about what we found. So he was here, I think. Yeah, it kind of makes sense at least. Yeah, at the ford. Okay, so should we go there first though? I think we should. So we're probably gonna have to go around, either continue around this way or go around that way. So we should do that first, because otherwise it doesn't really make sense to come all the way here and then just leave it. So we'll leave that for later because it is out of the way. Let's continue on then, this path at least.
May we have a moment of
Yes, yeah.
respite?
Okay, on. Shouldn't have to rest again. Maybe before we go in there, we might have to rest again. No, actually we do.
Hungry. When we stop.
Maybe it's like rougher terrain or something. And we're at the... Okay, so getting back for the start of the month is going to be important as well. So let's continue on. So it's there. I'm hoping that we get... Yeah, this. Okay. Let's enter there. The hill seemed pleasant, even welcoming. No grey and doom and gloom, just walking along the path and enjoying the view of all the cute little white pyramids built out of the pebblestone. Built out of pebblestone. Oh wait, was it pebblestone? Horror of horrors! What I mistook for pebblestones were polished bones. All along the path, the grass is riddled with pyramids made of polished kobold remains. It goes to thinking, is it wise to follow such a grim path, the way marked by death itself? Defying all danger, we follow the path. Success at lore and HG. Good. Trying to brush away thoughts on who may have polished the kobold vertebrae and why, we quickly moved along the path, leading through the pale hills. It didn't take long for us to reach a mountain river with a bridge crossing over. Well, the bridge may be a bit generous. It was actually just a long branch, about as thick as an arm, spanning from one bank to the other. It may have been enough for a kobold to cross, since we could see another of those small bone pyramids on the far side, but didn't look nearly strong enough for our party to cross. Okay. Before deciding how to proceed, we carefully examined the river. We quickly discovered that the river was quite deep. I plunged my arm shoulder deep into the water. I couldn't even feel the bed. It was fast, too. The current pulled a dried leaf off my sleeve, and it was gone from my sight in a blink. And it was cold, very, very cold. Frankly, none of us was interested in taking a swim. We carefully examined the branch that would help us cross the river. The branch did have one thing going for it, though. Being so thick, it happened to be quite sturdy, but that didn't make the flimsy crossing any less slippery or challenging to anyone daring to set foot on it. I wondered how many kobolds had slipped on the wet bark and found a worthy grave in the ice-cold river. Precautions were definitely in order. We readied the rope to ensure the daredevil's safety. Foresight has always been among our esteemed Baroness's strongest virtues. With the practiced motions of a seasoned adventurer, she pulled a length of rope out of her pack, prepared it to be tied around the waist of whoever would prove brave enough to step on the branch and attempt to cross the river. That would at least help reduce the risk of drowning. We talked it over and chose a volunteer to try crossing the river. Okay, so looks like you're the one to do it. Yeah, you got the two best possible attributes for it, so let's see how you did. Amiri was unperturbed by the thin branch and the spooning current. After a deep breath, our volunteer set forth along the precarious crossing, one step then another. A few feet crossed with no trouble, and I started to think that maybe things would be fine. That's when the branch jerked and started to shake. It was rolling over. With no time to think at all, Amiri could do was... Okay, so This one she's got +8, so it means we just need to roll 7. So the odds are with us, doesn't mean she's going to pass it. She did though. Oh, the lengths we'll go to in our efforts to keep our pride untarnished and our pants dry. One incredible jump and Miri was on the other bank, and Miri took a moment to catch her breath and turned her attention back to the crossing. As soon as the rope was securely fixed on both banks, the branch didn't seem as much a death trap as it had before. Losing no more time, we crossed the river. One small pyramid made of polished cobalt bones may be a bit spooky, but it's not unbearable. But how about thousands? We found ourselves looking over a proper cobalt graveyard, each little pyramid a mark of cobalt death, and that mark made out of their own remains. Yeesh! The real enigma though, waited in the heart of the burial ground. The centerpiece was made of hundreds, maybe even thousands of polished bones, all put together in the form of the head of an enormous dragon. Imagine these small, nonsensical reptiles somehow managed to create a sculpture, both fearsome and magnificent. Such might, and yet such frailty as well. If a single bone were to be removed from the foundation, their beautiful statue would crumble to dust. And I even spotted one such flimsy bone. Regardless, we'd come face to face with the irrefutable proof the kobolds, for better or worse, were changing. This news had no impact on our search for the trolls. The land was clearly sacred to the kobolds, and it seemed unlikely that they would bring their new friends here. But how would the Baroness deal with the structure we found in her realm? Well, if we were some holy Joe, we'd probably destroy it, but we're not. I think we need neutral good. The Baroness deemed it proper to respect the Kobold Shrine. I like that as well, though, because in Kobold lore, they do worship dragons, so it kind of makes a bit of sense that they'd make a dragon out of their own bones. And it's probably like an honor to be included in the dragon rather than just on the path up to it. Following my advice, the Baroness adjusted the dangerously loose bone in the hope of reinforcing the remarkable composition. Her Grace was standing to leave when a glint from the dragon's jaw drew her attention. Carefully reaching inside, the Baroness pulled out what seemed to be a dirty stone. Beneath an outer layer of clay, we found a large, finely cut emerald. It seemed the kobold spirits decided to grant us a gift. Stowing the offering in her bag, the Baroness turned and left. We dutifully followed our leader, and soon the bizarre kobold burial ground was far behind us. I'm very glad that we went there. That was a really nice piece of lore. Right, so let's continue on. Okay, yeah, you guys can have a rest. Camouflage is failing a lot recently. Let's try continuing. So, oh, we didn't connect that up, so we're going around a long way. Could have just gone a little bit, I think, and connected it.
Resting would
And
be
we wouldn't
nice.
have to rest
Don't
until
you
maybe we're here. But have rest, guys. Let's continue. I wonder why it's still got this thing on it though. Were we supposed to remote place known for numerous cover? Yeah, it doesn't look like it's been properly explored, but I think it has been. Anyway, we just continue on our way. No random encounter, okay. We take on whoever it happens to be. Okay, these look like lizard folk. And they are indeed. Okay.
You deserve it.
Running won't help you!
Wow. Oh, it's so satisfying when the guys just destroy. Wait, what's going on? Sounds like someone's fighting something. Over here. Yeah, looks like the lizards are fighting.
And then our leader charged forwards. Hey, wait for me.
Wait, so we need to kill him and save you? Is that right?
Dust.
Yeah.
Do not
Ah, so these are like two warring tribes, the lizard men. Ta-da! Okay, let's have a chat with you. Is that Rasor or Rasher? Because when I look at it, like, although it's got an O, like, I just have the idea of Rasher, which is what people in Ireland and the UK called bacon. Exhausted from the battle, the lizard folk breathes heavily in a shallow wound and his shoulder continues to bleed. Warm blood save Rasher. Rasher owe warm blood his life. Have nothing to thank now. Come to village, Rasher, thank properly. Where's your village? Near Gleaming Lake, where a river flows. Rasher, forget how warm blood call it. Where swamps are. Easy find, yes? Why were you fighting? Long-tailed tribe, not enemy to warm bloods. We speak your language, we trade. Sometimes we eat traveler or two, but with no hate. That's nice. They don't hate the people they eat. Thick-skinned tribe, not like us. They hate warm bloods, not speak their language, raise their villages. Yes, they say must eat all warm bloods and lizard folk will rule the earth as in times of old. Thick skin, say long tail, sold hearts to warm blood, say that why we became sick and lose scales. Soon, they're why we fight. Okay, let's heal his wound. You're bleeding. Let me help you. Lizard folk hisses gratefully. Let's always be peace between our two tribes, yes? Sure. And we'll... Oh, we didn't mean to do that, sorry. We're gonna loot all these dudes. Okay. That's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna have to dump some of it. Okay, let's quickly check the map to see if there's anything else. Doesn't look like it. Right, so... let's bring the guys over here. Then we'll check the inventory. We'll dump anything that isn't really worth bringing. So it's probably going to be a lot of this stuff. Okay. Chain shirt. Drop. Okay, we're in safe zone, but I'm gonna drop a few more of them. Okay, that should do for now. We'll head off.
No stopping now.
Now we leave all that, thank you. And I think I'm actually gonna leave the episode there as well. So, as always, I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Goodbye. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it.
If you did, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button there on the right and check out some other videos here on the left.